The game is broken up into a series of phases. So what we're going to do now is start the cycle of play. And we're going to be starting with the first phase of the game, which is called a novel chapter phase. And this phase consists of in-character play. In this phase, we have the opportunity to pursue the desires of our characters. So the first thing we do for every novel chapter phase is decide what kind of chapter we want. And there's 3 options here. We can have an event chapter, which is something like a ball or a picnic, a big event where everybody basically has the potential to be in attendance. We can have a series of visitations, which is sort of like a bunch of small scenes between characters, and when you do that, every player gets an opportunity to initiate a scene. And then the last kind of chapter, which is sort of for special situations, is called a split chapter. And that's where you want to portray events that are happening simultaneously. The first chapter of the game is almost always an event chapter. So we will start with an event, but what we need to do is decide what event we want to situate.
Is it one of your parties?
I think I'm having a party at my Ipswich County Manor.
Is it when Jacob is arriving? Like it's like
his first
why would I be celebrating
society.
this? Now then again, you could have asked me to hold an event for your friend Jacob.
That's true.
And I would very likely have accepted such an act.
I
such
like
a
that.
thing.
I
like
that.
that. So I want to hear from you, Sam. What does this ball look like? What's the establishing shot we see as we sort of like pan over the ballroom?
It's my country manor, so of course there's a wonderful, spread of tables and food and wine everywhere. And I think that, there's lots of well-dressed people, kind of, mingling and chatting to each other.
So Grace is going to, how you're the host of the ball.
Oh, yes,
So we
I do
have
know
that
that.
meeting when you're coming in and you're greeting everyone. Grace is like, Bernard, how are you? So lovely of you to throw a beautiful party.
It is lovely, and I think my memory must be failing because I don't recall inviting you. I don't remember sending it out. I must be getting forgetful in my old age.
That's okay. No formal invitations are needed between friends.
I see.
By the way, have you seen? And then she gestures to she's wearing a cravat. That's like I had this on my last station. It's Italian silk. I thought you would want to get a closer look. It seems like something you would enjoy.
And I kind of look around at everyone else and I kind of lean imperceptibly in towards it and make a show of just and then lean back out and go, oh, it's lovely. However, are you sure that's even real silk? I don't believe that a cravat like that looks to be made of something far more common.
Grace is shoots you a really dirty look and just says, oh, you do say such funny things sometimes.
Standing right behind you is, of course, Captain Croft, who is got a wry smile twisted over her face as she watches this interaction. Grace, you really need to work on your taste. So during a visitation chapter, each person, including the facilitator, has an opportunity to frame a scene. They can decide exactly who they want to be in the scene, but it has to involve either their major character or a connection they control, or both.
When Captain Croft arrives in full military regalia and walks down, gets shown into the drawing room, she has to walk through this long corridor of many thorns over the years in various military parades, and it's all army commander and really high ranking people in the army. And obviously as she gets closer to the drawing room and it's more recent, it's people she recognizes from higher up in the military as well. And then she gets shown into the drawing room and it's just Grace in there. She's as Grace is my father will be along shortly. He's still out on his morning ride, so it'll be unfortunately just us two for half hour or so. So Grace sits down sort of opposite Captain Croft. And there's tea and biscuits between them.
Captain Croft looks a little bit taken aback that your father is not in attendance and sits down at a very respectable distance, as two ladies who are left alone should, and says, well, the Colonel will be joining us later.
Congratulations on your promotion. You must be feeling extremely proud of yourself.
Indeed. It's been a long time coming. Had to work very hard for it. We're not all from such fortunate backgrounds. And she takes a little biscuit and dips it in some tea.
And like the biscuit has is been imprinted with like our family emblem, which is like a little
my
sword.
And then I think, and as the family emblem dips in the tea, it like kind of dissolves.
Yeah.
So I did have something of substance to actually speak to you about.
Oh, indeed.
You wouldn't think me so naive, woman, to not have noticed your indifference to me. May I suggest that that's stemming from you feel threatened by me?
This is a very forward conversation for one to be having with one's superior. May I remind you that even though we are not on the field, certain standards remain applying.
Standards do apply, though these walls have held many secrets over the years and will continue to do so. Congratulations on promotion. A lot of good words from someone from the Thorn household is likely to affect such forward progression in one's military career in the future. But I cannot help but notice that your promotion leaves an unfortunate gap in the ranks, and that an aspiring young woman that you've mentored since her youth and who has accomplished many feats in the military might do a good service to the forces in that position. And then I think like Grace like stirs the tea and like ting 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 tings. Then that's when she's like takes a drink and she says, after all, don't they say that one should keep one's enemies closest? So that's my compel.
Captain Croft will accept, but only if you will do her
A favor?
a favor. My promotion. As part of my new post, I am going to be sent into the middle of Europe. There is one delicate matter I could use your assistance with. You see, you may have noticed the behavior of a certain Baron Valentine towards me at the recent party.
I'm too genteel.
I can't imagine that would have been possible without the interference of some family members on both your behalves.
I don't know. I'm a very good judge of character. And my opinion was that he had delicate feelings arise in him during the course of our engagement. Now, I do not wish to offend such a powerful family, nor to have them think badly of me. Yet, to be honest, I am far too busy with my career for something silly like marriage. I need you to help get me out of this situation without anybody knowing that I declined to further our acquaintance. I know you two grew up together.
Yeah, I will take that condition.
Okay, excellent.
And I think Grace is like nods to like her assent to that, but what she actually says is, so you never think of marriage?